right, Ray Gaddis, probably best run at left back. What changed over the week to let you have this performance?
A lot of leadership from my older guys. Connor Casey talking to me about playing the left back position. I know he doesn't play the left back position, but he had a lot of experience in playing the game, and just some talks with me as well as Chris Albright.
You were pushed pretty high on Dilly Duca, really pressing up the field, trying to make that tackle before the ball came in. Was that on coach's instructions, or that was you instinctually?
Just instinct. The better when I pressure offensive player, they turn the ball over. Helps our team go right into offense immediately. And, I think that helped our team get going from the early start.
We talked earlier, and you said you weren't comfortable at left back, and that was a good thing because it helped you stay on your toes. Are you getting comfortable?
Every game I feel like I'm improving. I'm still not comfortable, but it's helping me create a lot of poise, getting minutes, and being more composed on the ball and making the right decisions with the ball rather than rushing it. And I'm starting to get my body positions better with Coach Curtin helping me off the field and Chris Albright.
Starting to see you talk a lot more, talking to Danny Cruz, pulling him back into position. Is that you growing as a player? Is that frustration? Where's all that talk coming from?
Coach trusts me to play on the left side, and I feel like, you got to take it upon yourself as a player to mind that left side, especially when you're a defender, you can tend to see everything. So you got to communicate a lot more to the people ahead of you. So you can solve the problems a lot quicker and a lot easier if you communicate. And I think Coach has been harping on me to step up and talk a little more, and I think that's what I've been doing.
Well, great run, and good luck in Canada.
Thank you.
All right, Leo Fernandez, the debutant. How do you feel?
Feels great. It's a surreal feeling, and I'm so happy that I made my debut today.
So what was the instruction, trying to hold the lead? What did the coaching staff tell you before you went out there?
Just sit underneath Connor Casey and try to keep possession and win the game.
So you've been getting some runs in Harrisburg. Where do you feel you are in your first year, getting your fitness, getting your legs as a professional?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to go to Harrisburg and just try to stay fit and just try to help Harrisburg stay on top of the table. But it feels good. I feel like I'm playing well, and I feel like it's a good first year.
So where's your best position if you got to pick where you were playing?
I guess if I had to pick, it would be in center midfielder. But I can play left, I can play forward, I can play right. It doesn't matter as long as I'm on the pitch.
That sounds good. Well, good run today. All right, we're inside the Actors Studio with Brian Carroll. Talk about the win. Talk about what it means to finish this heavy week with a victory like that.
Yeah, anytime you face a team twice in 1 week, it's going to be tough. And to win both games and win them both with a shutout is a great accomplishment, especially coming off a lopsided midweek loss. Guys picked themselves up and played well and did everything we needed to do to get a result.
Looked like you, as well as Baki and some of the guys in the back line, holding a really high line, trying to make that tackle before the ball got in. There's my voice cracking. Was that by design, or was that you guys just being more intense?
Well, anytime you have players of Nyarko and Rolf's ability and skill, anytime you give them time and space, they can be dangerous. So it's just, as a group, you need to step and drop as a unit, and we were able to do that on a pretty consistent basis tonight and make their jobs a little bit more difficult. So that was the whole game plan.
So when you have a game like this where you're pressing and to the point where Rolf gets taken off, does that give you a boost to see that you basically played a guy off the field?
I wouldn't say that. He's a great player. He killed us here last year. He's going to be good going forward for them, I know for sure. But, anytime a player of his caliber is taken off the field, you think for a minute, maybe we've done our job tonight. Obviously, we had a little bit longer to go with McDonald, and he's dangerous. We were able to see the game out, and that's always great to get a shutout.
It's kind of a party atmosphere in here right now. Is that just getting to the end of this week after everything you guys went through?
Absolutely. 3 games in 1 week is, never easy for anybody, no matter what club it is. And to come out with 2 shutouts and 2 wins, it's great.
Congrats on an important win. All right, Jack, center midfielder. Where'd that come from? How'd it feel?
I enjoyed it, touching the ball a lot more. I think it's just one of those things where they had an extra guy in the midfield, and BC was up a little higher, and someone had to go back there and do that kind of work. So,
let's talk about your partnership with Latu versus Casey. You guys obviously have a different dynamic. How's that feeling and working out?
I mean, obviously it's feeling good. You know, we're connecting, and whether Casey or Seba or both of them are on the field, you know, we're really combining will and creating chances. So, you know, I think it's just one of those things as the season gets better. I mean, we're clearly getting better working together. So,
It seems like your defensive intensity is up. Is that partially from working with Sebastian?
yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, Connor and Sebastian bring different things to the table, and playing with Seba, you know, to see him do that kind of work, you know, just really gives you that motivation and energy to do the same thing, you know, he's doing.
You've obviously been working on your shot. You start firing a bunch from long range. Where do you feel your range is, and what do you need to do to start connecting, getting those on target?
I mean, I was really disappointed with my long distance shooting today. Usually I'm 100 times better than that, but you know, defense really dropped off today, and I just got that space. So, I mean, I'm going to shoot it if I'm out 20 yards.
So they went down a man. Obviously, that changes things. When you see that happen, you know, you guys, that's a card that comes from all of your pressure. Does that give you a lift in addition to that extra man?
Yeah, it does, but you know, sometimes it's harder to play down, you know, against 10 guys just because, you know, they have to use that much more energy and work rate to really put us under pressure. And I mean, you could, if you know, you just turned on the game at the end, I don't think you would know, you know, they were down 10 men. So a little disappointing. We should have killed the game a little better, but you know, obviously it doesn't make it too much harder playing 10 men.
So you've been scoring on the road. Now you get one at home. How much different does that feel, and what is that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good feeling scoring in front of the Holmes fans, and they are, you know, for us to get a win at home finally in a while, it's a good feeling, and, you know, we need to keep it going.
Good luck on the road.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, Bakary Soumare, you put on the tough guy face after the midweek game. The week's over. How are your legs?
They are pretty tired, you know, but just happy with the result, happy with the week, even though we want to come out with 7 points out of 3 games. We came out with 6. It was a good performance, you know, especially to bounce back from Wednesday's game. It was good. We're happy, and we got to keep it up now. It was good to finally get a win at home and get a clean sheet. You know, it was great.
So talking about Patrick Nyarko, obviously former teammate, guy you know, what did you do differently? It looked like there was a lot more high press.
Patrick is. I've played with him for a while, so I know him pretty well. But even when you train against a guy like Patrick every day, he's so good and unpredictable. He's very hard. You try to contain him as best as you can, but there's no real solution for him. You just try to play hard and, you know, don't let him turn. He's just a very difficult player to play against. You just got to stay focused and disciplined, keep him in front of you, and we did a good job at it today.
So Ray Gaddis turned in his best 90 minutes at left back. What are you seeing out of him that's helping him improve?
I mean, I think he's been pretty consistent in his performances. He had a great game, especially towards the end of the game. You know what? He's, you know, kudos to him because he comes in and week out, gets better, works hard, you know, doesn't take it for granted. He's just, you know, you're just happy to see him. And I'm not surprised because he just works so hard. He's always, the coaching staff, they work with him a lot, like doing video and stuff, trying to correct the little things. And he's turning into a pretty good player. And tonight he just played very well, especially at the end of the game. It was very impressive. He came up with some big-time plays that allowed us, you know, to breathe a little bit. You know, it's just big time tonight. And I think he's had a lot of very good games this season. I'm just very happy for him because it just shows the hard work pays off, you know.
So finally getting this home victory, how much of an emphasis has that been in the locker room to reestablish PPL Park as a stronghold?
It's good. One of the things we talked about before the season, it was to make this place a fortress. And we've kind of gone away from that a little bit, playing very well at home and on the road. And at home we've been, you know, dropping points, losing, conceding goals. And today was one of the major points we were talking about this whole week was to come out and try to turn this play into a fortress, you know, not concede goals. Try to get away with 3 points, you know, and it was great. You know, we came out with a great game plan. You know, a lot of us were, you know, fatigued, but we just worked through it, worked hard. We had a crowd that was behind us, and that's what we want out of these games, you know, especially at home, especially just walk away with a clean sheet. You know, I'm a big fan of getting clean sheets. I just love it. I've always been about getting clean sheets. You know, me and Zach always talk about this. Let's try to get as many clean sheets as we can. You know, it gives the team a chance every time, and that's what we did today. And I hope that we can continue that at home and on the road. That'll be great.
Is there any relief for you? Just, you know, your form is good. Your body came through this week, and there weren't any relapses or any knocks.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm thankful that my coaching staff, despite everything that's happened, that they have still had faith in me, and especially my teammates. Listen, at the end of the day, it's a business, and when you're called upon, these are all my friends around this locker room, and when you step out there, you just forget about everything. You play for your teammates, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes in this business, and you just keep plugging away.
Great win tonight. Congrats.
Thank you.